An incredibly wealthy billionaire, jeweler, has just revealed one of his greatest fears. The fears of poor people rising up. Now, speaking at the Financial Times Business of Luxury Summit in Monaco, this fashion tycoon told his fellow members of the elite that he's unable to sleep at night at the thought of what he believes to be imminent social upheaval. According to Bloomberg, Johann Rupert told the conference to bear in mind that when the poor rise up, the middle classes won't want to buy luxury goods for fear of exposing their wealth. He said he had been reading about changes in labor technology, as well as the recent Oxfam figures suggesting that the top 1% of the global population now own more wealth than the other 99%. He said, quote, "How is society going to cope with structural unemployment and the envy, hatred, and the social warfare? We are destroying the middle class at this stage, and it will affect us. It's unfair. So that's what keeps me up at night." Okay, so look, in case you're unaware, he's saying, I'm afraid that the poor people are going to rise up against us. And it's not because they care about poor people being poor, right? I didn't get that sense whatsoever from this guy. No, he said like, oh man, look, the poor people, we've been taking so much from them. And well, they're going to get really, really pissed. They're going to get really fed up, and they're going to come out with the guillotines. And look, it's going to get so bad that even middle class people, they're not going to want to buy our stuff. Wait, that's what you're concerned about? That's what you're concerned about. Middle class people, they're not going to buy our stuff. I mean, poor people don't buy our stuff because what are they going to do? I mean, they're poor. They can't buy our stuff. So, no, we're just worried about losing out on potential business when the poor people try to eventually throw off the yoke of their economic oppression. Yeah, okay, man. And look, you can tell also because he said the envy, hatred, and social warfare. Look, this isn't about envy or hatred. And the only social warfare has been from rich people trying to basically destroy every sort of social program that helps alleviate the suffering of poverty. All this, I can't think of the word now. Austerity. There it is. All the austerity that has been put into place by wealthy governments or, you know, governments and politicians that serve the wealthy. That's the problem. Look, the 99% don't have the wealth. Again, let's give the Trump tax cuts, for example. It's a great example. 83% of the benefits of that tax cut went to the rich. I mean, look, and most of the money, unfortunately, has gone to the wealthy in the past decade or 2 decades. We've had this great divergence of wealth. Look, regular people, working people, our salaries, our wages have been stagnant. $7.25 is worth less in real wages than it was than the minimum wage was back in 1960. People getting the minimum wage in 1960 actually had more buying power than poor people who make the federal minimum wage do now in America. That's insanity. That's why we need a living wage. Look, if this guy actually cared, and not just about his own skin, because look, that seems to be obviously what he cares about. Oh my God, the rich or the poor are going to rise up. They're going to try to take us rich people down. Well, no, if you actually cared about the reasons why this could happen, you'd actually want to do something about income inequality. Look, for example, he mentions automation. Well, there is one way to get by automation, and that is a universal basic income. It's going to be necessary. I mean, look, as automation continues, and believe me, business owners will continue to want to automate, and that technology will only continue to get better and more efficient. Yes, there are some jobs that you cannot automate, but for the ones you do, which are, of course, usually low skill, factory labor type of jobs, those workers got to go somewhere. You need a universal basic income, or else you're going to have a situation where there is a permanent underclass of people that are unable to work, unable to get jobs, because there's just not enough jobs for people. And that sets the stage for this guy's nightmare scenario, where a UBI that would actually help people, because then you're sharing the fruits of machine produced labor with society at large. Now, let me give you some background on this guy. He is estimated by Bloomberg to have a fortune of about $7.5 billion. So he is a very, very wealthy person. So, hey man, look, if anybody's going to get the axe first in this fictional or possible poor uprising, it would be someone like that. So, look, we can avoid this. There are definitely ways where, you know, where we can actually make sure that poor people are taken care of, and they actually have opportunity to become middle class. There are ways that we can do that, but unfortunately, most of the world's wealthy, most of the world's elite are not going in that direction. They're going in the opposite direction and speeding more and more towards world oligarchy. That is something that we still have a chance of being able to stop. But we need the right kind of policies. We need the right kind of politicians. And we need to go and to fight the establishment that seems to only want to serve those wealthy interests. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.